What's up everyone, it's SEONN the producer, welcome to my channel. So this video is going to be focused on a topic that I've been looking up for the past few months. What is the best DAW to use if you're starting out on iOS or on Android? In other words, what application would you say that you should get started? I mean, the simple answer is there really isn't any right answer. It all depends on your production style. But let's break it down a bit. See, there's a lot of great applications out there that can do a lot of fantastic stuff. And with mobile production on the rise, I'm sure there's a lot of people trying to experiment with ways to be able to create on the go. Or you might just have a phone and that's all you have to produce and you're wondering what exactly would you use and how would you work. Or you might be thinking, okay, if I have a phone, how can I work with other people? How can I share stuff? There really isn't any true way of producing music. There are many ways. The general idea of music is you creating something to express an idea or a feeling or a moment and finding a way to just share that with someone. But with mobile production on the rise and people with phones, and a lot of applications are out there. So you're always stuck wondering, okay, what should I use? What is the best one to start with? In this video, I hope I'll be able to just shed some light. There's a lot of applications out there. On the iOS section, there are the popular ones like GarageBand, Cubasis, Auria Pro, Zenbeats. You've got NanoStudio too, you've got FL Studio, you've got Koala Sampler, you've got Blocs Wave, you've got the MTS software, you've got the ntrack, Beatonal Tree, and there's still a lot more out there. Of course, you've got AUM, you've got Audiobus, you've got a lot of other ways to be able to express ideas there on the iOS spectrum. Gadget 2, Reason Compact, Groovebox. See, the list keeps going on, and I'm going to keep forgetting and remembering some of them on the go. Again, there's quite a lot of them that I'm sure by the time this video is out, someone would have probably released another application that could probably change this thing.
12 seconds later.
Drambo, for example. That's something that was only invented, well, it was released in 2020. But yeah, I think you get the idea. There's a lot of applications out there that it's easy to get lost. Heck, when I was making this video, I kept going, okay, what about this one? What if I miss this one? But I decided, you know what? That's it. Even on the Android spectrum, some of the apps there are also similar. For example, on the Android, you've got Caustic. That's kind of like the one you hear a lot of times, as well as FL Studio. But Cubasis for Android is also there. Zenbeats is there as well. Koala Sampler is there. There's a few other ones I've been looking into that are just coming on the go right now. But yeah, those are just a few applications as well. You find them similar on the iOS end and on the Android section. All the softwares are just ways to create ideas. They are ways for you to express yourself. But back to the whole question, where is the best place to start? Well, I'd say understand the type of music you want to make. That's the first. Like, are you into EDM? Where you figure out you'll be using a lot more synthesizers? Are you into hip-hop or trap beats where you know you'll be using a lot of like great solid kits? And again, the rule doesn't say you have to exclusively use one versus another. Just get an idea of the kind of songs you want to make and just start from there. And see what other similar producers are using and try and like find it or something that is close to it. At the same time, mobile music production is something that is up and coming, so you may not know a lot of people who use different style. The way I see mobile production or music production in general is they make use of a DAW or a DAW to gather their ideas together. The main popular ones on PC and Mac are like the Ableton, the Logic, the FL Studio, the Cubase, the Reaper. I'm sure I've probably missed out on a lot more. There's a lot of excellent free ones like Cakewalk, Studio Prime. I think Luna is also free as well. But yeah, you get the idea. Even in the PC Mac world, there's also a lot of applications there. I could keep on listing them outright, but yeah, I'd probably lose the whole point of the video, yeah. The main styles of production I've found is the track-based production, the loop MPC style or drum pads based production. I'm going to try and break it down one after the other. Let's start with the track-based production. The track-based production just involves you putting all your ideas, laying it out flat, and just recording it in rows. And each row has a particular audio or MIDI instrument. So this is pretty much just every idea you have, you're just stacking it like a cake and letting it just layer and layer and layer and layer. There's a lot of great applications that can do that, and I think this is the most common style of DAWs I find. For example, on the iOS, you've got GarageBand, you've got Cubasis. On both Android and iOS, you've got Cubasis as well. You got Zenbeats that can do this style. FL Studio as well on mobile does this. And there's a few more I haven't even mentioned. The advantage of this is every idea you have just keeps stacking and you're able to just edit the parameters. You can make use of the sounds that are in the application itself, or you can easily just add in other sounds from other places, whether it's you importing in your samples or you using effects, or you making use of other AUV tree in the case of iOS applications, or you using some other packs like SF2 in the case of Zenbeats, which just allows you to import in custom sounds. The goal of it is you've got this place where you can stack up all your ideas together and make it into a full length of a song. Now, this is the one that you find that is common in a lot of places, in a lot of production, and it's quite similar to what you find on a lot of PC DAWs as well. The second style of production is the loop-based production. I just make a small section of idea. It's more popular in Ableton Live, where you've got this session view. In other words, you've got a small section of loops that you're just going to combine together and just express it. This is, of course, this is something you can find in applications like Blocs Wave Launchpad. You can find it in the live loop section of GarageBand. Zenbeats has a similar function. You can see it in, I believe, Jam Pro has this feature. This is on iOS.
I don't know what do I get out all the way, cause I can never tell you what you wanna say. Oh, be da ba da ba, you got me out the way, yeah, ha ha. I sing it, I don't even know what I was doing to myself, singing. I guess we know what time it is, eh? All right, let's end it right there. Okay, we make it all. Ba-da-ba-da-ba. You never really told me what you want.
The advantage of this is it opens up room for expression where you don't have to really think about making the idea into a full song. You just add in loops upon loops upon loops and just smaller batches of idea in the hopes that you've just expanded towards a full song by just taking a part of a loop and just adding a part of a loop. In other words, it removes the pressure of you having to make a full track of song right there on the spot, where each square is a sample or a loop. It's just a piece of audio and you're just playing it back and forth until you can get some sort of great rhythm or great pattern that just keeps going. Because of the fact that all the ideas are all spread there, it allows you to make something that you ordinarily wouldn't have made. Whether it's you just combining in a loop and a sample, and you're having to just pitch it down, or you time stretching it, or you chopping it up in different ways to try and make a nice melodic pattern. You come up with ideas that you normally wouldn't. I mean, it takes away the guesswork and all of this thing. So these are the main styles of production I've found. Of course, you can expand this and deep dive it. That's the thing. There's so many subdivisions of musical style. So there's so many applications that can get you started on music production. I'd say start with the one that looks the most appealing to you, because at the end of the day, whatever application you do choose, you want to get comfortable in it and learn all the tips and tricks on it. Because it's better to master a few tools and be really, really great at them than to try and learn every single application. Now, a few of the apps I've looked into and I can certainly recommend, if you're looking for the MPC style where you pretty much just play drum pads and put it up in a sequence, Koala Sampler is my go-to. Not just because it's available for Android and iOS, you're able to think on the fly. You're able to capture stuff on the go instantly. It's fast forward. As soon as you open it, boom, you're able to just make the idea right there on the spot. Beatmaker 3 also does similar stuff to Koala. So if you like Koala and you're trying to expand it a bit more, you can only put all your stems from Koala into Beatmaker. It's quite, I say like Beatmaker 3 is kind of like the big brother of Koala Sampler for iOS. For Android, you can only look into Drumpads 24 as well. It's also on iOS, but I really do like the implementation on the Android end, where you're able to easily just customize it right there, add a lot of samples there. If you're looking for the live loop style, where you're able to make loops on the go, on Android, you can look into Zenbeats. Zenbeats also follows a track view, where you can just stack ideas as well. But the reason I like the live loop section is not only can you easily import audio into it, you're able to spread it out in a song. On iOS, you've got a few more options. You've got GarageBand, which can do the live loop section. You've also got the Blocs Wave Launchpad combination, where you can make the loops directly in those apps and then send it into Launchpad and do it like a live performance. SEONN is also an excellent application that can do this as well, where the stems are laid out right there in the open. For the regular tracks view style, you can make use of applications like GarageBand, Cubasis. You've got the ntrack 9. You've got the Audio Evolution Mobile Studio application. You've got Zenbeats as well. There's quite a few others which I'll list down there in the description, or you can see them over here. And it's the most popular style that you can use. There's NanoStudio 2 as well in this pattern. Each application does something unique. And by all means, don't feel like you're limited to just one application. The magic of being able to produce on the go, like, well, you're not restricted to always having to come to a particular place to always produce. You can pretty much start from any idea and just produce from there onward. And while you're looking into applications like that, don't feel limited that you need to always produce in the DAW. There are simple apps that just get you started right off on the go. My favorites would include apps like Groovebox. It will include Reason Compact. It will include Figure. These are applications that are designed for you to just generate quick ideas. Endless is another great one on iOS that I can look into. Caustic is great as well. Beatonal is another fantastic one if you're on the Android. That's quite similar to Figure. I was looking into Express for Android. That allows you to be able to make quick ideas on the go, and then you can just use those ideas towards starting something unexpected. Now you've got some really unique cases in iOS where you've got apps like AUM and Audiobus and Ape Matrix and Drambo, which allow you to put an application in an application. It's similar to how you host plugins in the bigger DAWs like Ableton and whatnot. The great part about this is you're able to just channel one idea directly into another. In Android, the best way you can do that is making use of stuff like screen recording or having some sort of external device. It doesn't have to be anything expensive. I've used an iRig to record audio into another application just by using the voice recorder on my phone. So what would I say is the best one? It really doesn't matter. Mainly just work with what you've got. That's just the best one. Be confident in your skills. And if you find yourself lacking something, have a look online. Have a look into all those other applications I mentioned. To summarize everything, work with whatever platforms you have. If you're using Android, take a look at these applications. You can look into Zenbeats, you can look into Cubasis, FL Studio, Caustic as well. You've got Bandlab, you've got Koala. These are great applications that allow you to make audio right there. There's a few more applications in iOS, which include all these ones I've mentioned here. But also you've got GarageBand, you've got Beatmaker 3, you've got Gadget 2, you've got Reason Compact, you've got NanoStudio 2. There's quite a lot of lists right there that I can't ever remember every single one. The main idea is work with what you've got. Whew, yeah, this is a really long video than I expected. Womp, womp, womp. Hope this video was helpful. Take it easy. Whoosh.